This is tech news and nonsense. You don't have to stay. Hello players, come on in, everybody! You're all welcome, big hugs, above the waist, at least for the first few minutes anyway. Pants are optional, of course. Welcome to Sexy Tech, I am your tech jester, Buzz Stringer, here for tech news and nonsense. Nonsense? Nonsense. Well, we started early already. If at any point during this video you feel an urge in your finger towards the like button, let it happen. I won't tell anybody. We're golden. Just like Reddit, because Reddit still has some gold. Redditors have officially declared war on Google's AI-driven recommendations, and they're taking down the system one bogus Angus Steakhouse review at a time. You want the best steak in London? Well, boom, you're getting Angus Steakhouse. It's the UK's McSteak chain of restaurants, popping up in top results thanks to a bunch of London locals who are done with influencers clogging up their favourite spots for an Instagram selfie. It all started on the r/London subreddit, where some fed-up local lamented that every time they go to the Borough Market, it's crawling with influencers who line up to snap their content. Ugh, who would make content? Idiots. I look forward to your comments. And when they're done with their content, they toss half their food. So the Reddit hive mind did what it does best: absolute chaos. They targeted and weaponized. They decided to flood Google with fake praise for Angus Steakhouse, hoping that the algorithm will pick it up and send every tourist there instead. Just happily imagine influencers in London flocking to Angus Steakhouse thinking it's some hidden gem. Type best steak sandwich in London into Google and bam, you're served with a piping hot plate of Angus Steakhouse reviews served straight from the chaos gods over at Reddit. The algorithm's so clueless, it's literally been sending people to what is essentially the Applebee's of the UK. I mean, at this rate, Google's AI isn't curating top picks so much as it's shoveling every clueless influencer into a culinary version of a bus station bathroom. And these Redditors know exactly what they're doing. They're practically toasting each other in the comments with lines like, "Spreading misinformation suddenly has become a noble goal." Noble? It's damn near heroic is what it is. They're sending a whole generation of selfie takers to a steakhouse that's about as authentic as a $5 Rolex, or to protect their favourite hidden gems from being invaded by influencer armies doing duck faces in every single corner. I look forward to your comments. This is what happens when you put blind faith in AI scrapers without any human oversight. Google's algorithm doesn't know if it's sending you to a fine dining experience or a culinary dumpster fire. But if one thing's certain, if you're an influencer looking for London's hottest new food spot, prepare yourself for some fluorescent lighting and laminated menus of Angus Steakhouse. Tesla and its full self-driving software just pulled the ultimate deer in headlights moment, only this time it was the car that was supposed to notice the deer. Yeah, instead of detecting the poor animal and slowing down like, any normal sane driver, the Tesla decided, nah, let's just keep going. Deer? Never heard of it. In true Tesla fashion, this edge case went down with zero sensors, no LiDAR, and cameras that might as well have been doing a spot the deer Rorschach test. The software's idea of autonomy is barrel forward and consequences be damned. Some guys posted the aftermath on social media. There was bumper cracked and hood dented, probably a few woodland creatures now telling ghost stories about it. And he still praises the software as awesome, because nothing says premium driving experience like your car deciding that anything in the road isn't worth stopping for. After hitting the deer, this Tesla didn't even slow down. It just took the impact like a psychopathic Roomba and kept on going. Imagine watching that in real time. No brakes. Hey, maybe I just hit something. No, not even a courtesy beep, just boom, and then onward to freedom and Mars rockets. And it's not like this is the first time that Tesla's so-called full self-driving has played fast and loose with reality, between making mistaking semis for sky and pedestrians for friendly suggestions. Now deer are just minor inconveniences. It's pretty clear Tesla's autonomous tech may not actually be ready for the real world yet, just a simulated fantasy land that Elon Musk lives in. Now, Apple is fighting the EU because the EU has finally had it with Apple's iron grip on iOS. They're saying what we've all been thinking: let people choose their own damn software. Well, I was thinking that anyway. The EU's Digital Markets Act is like a massive FU to every tech giant hiding behind walled gardens, and Apple's first reaction is just to shrug it off, to scoff, and keep locking us into the Apple Store dungeon with "you'll have your freedom when you say we can, and not a second sooner." The DMA is all about letting people use whatever app store or software they want, whether Apple likes it or not. And Apple's response was the corporate equivalent of a toddler's tantrum. If we let you pick your own apps, it's dangerous. You might download something unsafe. Right, because Apple cares about user safety as much as Logan Paul cares about lead in his drinks. let's not forget that they've happily bent over backwards for authoritarian regimes and blocking privacy tools in China faster than you can say pro-democracy protest. But sure, Apple, it's the rival app stores that we should be afraid of. Free Software Foundation Europe, the FCFE, called out this nonsense with a formal objection showing the EU exactly how Apple's half-assed compliance plan would keep anyone from competing with the App Store. Apple's so-called plan for openness is about as inviting as a bank vault. It's designed to be technically impossible for any competitor to set up shop. Why? Because Apple isn't interested in a free and open market. They're interested in free for them monopoly, where they can rake in, their precious 30% cut on every single app and in-app purchase. And let's talk privacy. Apple's out there plastering every billboard with privacy this and security that, but only as long as it helps their bottom line. They threw Facebook under the bus to crush third-party tracking, which was good, but that's only because they were building their own surveillance empire on the download. Apple doesn't want to protect your privacy. They want to be the only ones profiting off of it. They've even been caught with their own tracking BS on iOS. Just, don't look too much behind the curtain. And don't forget, Apple thinks you're too stupid to pick your own software. They're afraid that you'll be out there downloading malware like it's going out of style, so they think they need to make all the choices for you. Except that the bad software they're so scared of includes things like dictionaries with swear words and privacy tools for, not being spied on. So the FSFE are holding Apple's feet to the fire and telling them to get over themselves and let people make their own choices. Because the only thing's more dangerous than picking your own apps is letting trillion-dollar companies make every single choice for you. The end of the show. Yeah, it's really over. Okay, a little behind the curtain. I recorded 2 shows back to back again, so now I'm going to plan better. I'm going to put up a post somewhere, either YouTube or Patreon, where you can ask any questions and post any comments, and I'll read those when I do 2 shows together. I wish I thought of that before I made this one, but I'm not very bright. Okay, stay sexy and be excellent to each other. I never thought I'd understand angles, but then I did a complete 360.